Guys, in this video, we are going over the most deadly words that block the law of attraction. So obviously, these are words you're going to want to avoid. And I'm also going to give you the words you should replace these words with so that you're not ruining your manifestation, so you're not blocking the law of attraction from working in the way that you want it to work in your life. So that's coming up next. The words we speak within ourselves and outside of ourselves, so externally and internally, make a huge impact when it comes to bring what we want in our life, also known as the law of attraction. So the things I want to cover today is just to make you more aware of certain words that are 100% blocking the law of attraction working in your life, at least in a positive way. Because at the end of the day, the law of attraction is always working. Whether you are aware of it or not, or whether you are using it to bring the things you want into your life or not, it is always working. And our words are incredibly powerful. So these words are not only just from the words themselves preventing certain things from coming in, but the energy they give off, the implications they have are preventing certain things from coming into your life and actually attracting in things that you probably do not want. So I'm going to go over the 3 words that that actually do this, and in the comments below, I want you to actually use the words I give you to replace these words and make some statements with them. Okay, so I want you to practice this as we go along, because that's just going to help it be committed to your brain. It's going to help you develop the habit. So let's get into the first word. So the first one is I hope, or I wish. And the reason this is such a counter word to bringing the things that you want is because if you're coming from the energy of I hope or I wish, you are essentially saying things like, I hope that I'm able to do this. I hope that I can bring more money into my life. I hope that I can become a better athlete if that's something you want, or I wish I could become healthier. Essentially, you're saying it is something that you want, but it's just a hope to you. It's just a wish. It's like a dream that will never become fulfilled. It's like, oh, wouldn't life be great if that did happen? But it's not happening. It's not going to happen. I just hope that it will happen. I hope, but I'm going to do nothing else, and hopefully it'll just come into my life. And it's such a weak way to speak to yourself and a weak way to speak to the universe. And by hoping and wishing, it implies that you do not have it. It implies that you cannot get it. It's just something that you have wishful thinking around. And so the word you want to change or substitute in there is I know. So instead of I hope to earn more money, you could say something like I know I am earning more money, or I'm going to earn more money, or I know I am healthy, instead of I wish or I hope that to be healthy. Affirming that you know of something instead of just wishfully, kind of wishy-washy. You know, that's what I call it, wishy-washy. Instead of just hoping for something or wishing for something, you're saying, no, I know this thing is coming. I know that I can do this. I know for a fact, without any doubt, that this is coming into my life, that I can be this, I can have this. You're not saying, I hope that it comes in. Saying I wish and I hope is giving all the power to things outside of you, and not the things you want to give it to, not giving it to the universe, but giving it to the external world. I hope it happens. Instead of empowering yourself and going, I know. Guess what happens when you say, I know that something's going to happen? You are going to subconsciously and consciously start setting up the conditions for that thing to actually come into your life. So stop hoping, stop wishing for things, and start knowing that they're going to come in. And in the comments below, I want you to take all of those hopes and wishes that you have and change them to I know. So if you have thoughts like, I hope that more money comes into my life, I hope that I earn an extra amount, or I hope I become a little healthier, I want you to instead replace that and actually do this in the comments, because this is going to help you remember this, and say, I know that more money's coming in, or I know I can earn more money, or I know I am becoming healthier and healthier every day. Not I wish, I know. So that's the first one. Next one's a big one, because I think this is one I hear probably the most out of all of these, and it's I need this, and I need that. And just from saying it, of course I'm exaggerating a little bit, I need, there's a needy energy attached to it. Now, for all you girls out there, for all you ladies, how repellent is it when a guy's being needy? Or even for you men, how repellent is it when a woman's being needy? When you can just tell they won't leave you alone, or they just need you and they can't function by themselves. They need certain things to happen for them to function, right? It's a neediness energy. It's basically them saying, my life's going to be crap, or this is not going to work out unless I get this thing that I say I need, instead of being grateful and thankful for what you already have. A neediness energy is one of the most repellent energies. It is the thing that's not only going to help, or not only going to cause someone you want to get closer to run away by being needy, or someone who's actually quality, the kind of person you want to bring into your life, like maybe a friendship or a relationship or anything. You're not going to get a high quality person with needy energy, right? Where you're reliant on them to fulfill you in certain ways. It's not going to happen. And the same is the case with your manifestations as far as the universe is concerned. If you give the universe needy energy, what usually happens when needy energy is expressed? The other side of it runs away. When you chase something, what does it imply that the thing you're chasing is doing? Well, it has to be running, because there would be no chasing if that was the case, if that wasn't the case. And that's the same with neediness. Saying I need something, it's essentially saying you are incomplete, unwhole, or not whole without that thing. And sorry to break it to you, but when you come from that needy energy, the thing is not going to come to you. You're not going to attract what you want. You're going to attract more neediness or a like energy. So instead of I need, which is implying that you are not whole, you are going to change that to I am, right? So I need more wealth. I need more abundance in my life because my life is so unfulfilled, and this is the thing that's going to make my life beautiful and perfect. I just need these things. But instead, realize that you are already abundant. You are already opulent and prosperous. That energy is already available to you. You are already whole. You don't need anything to make you whole. Now, the great thing is when you become someone who's aware of their wholeness, who's aware of their abundance, is aware of all this stuff, all of the things that are in that energy, in that frequency, will start coming to you because now you match those things. But when you're coming from a neediness, now let me just ask you, because to relate it to something you might be familiar with, does the needy guy get the good-looking quality girl? No. Does the needy girl get the attractive quality man? Almost never. Almost never. So if you ever need kind of a reference, think of it in that way. Does the needy person get what they ask of the universe, or the thing they think is going to make them whole? No. However, does the person who already thinks they're whole, does the man who already sees themselves as enough, already sees themselves as whole, already knows their worth, do they get a good quality woman for the most part? Yes. And the reverse is true as well. Does the good quality woman, the woman who values herself, who feels whole, who doesn't need a man, as they say, I'm an independent woman who don't need no man. Well, if you actually feel that way, you have now opened yourself to actually attract a quality partner into your life. Now that's just an example, but this works for everything. If you feel like you need money to complete you, one of two things is going to happen. Either, and most likely, you will receive none of it. So the universe can move you closer to realizing you need to be fulfilled in yourself. Or you will get it, but you will feel so incredibly unfulfilled because you've put all of your emphasis on that when you should have put the emphasis on connecting with yourself. And I can tell you from all of these perspectives, I attracted more of these quality things into my life when I stopped being needy. I attracted more money. I attracted a relationship into my life of someone who's also not needy and is one of the best people I've ever met, which is my girlfriend Lily, who you've seen on this channel. Don't come to the universe from a needy energy. Instead of I need, say I am and feel I am. Feel it from your wholeness, not from trying to fill a void, which ultimately is never going to be filled from neediness. Okay, so anything you think you need, I want you to go into the comments and say I am, and then that thing. So instead of I need more abundance in my life, I want you to write I am abundance, or whatever it is for you. Okay, and here's another really common one, and one you probably actually hear a lot. Now, I think the I need one, maybe it's not communicated as much, as in I don't hear as many people saying I need. I think just energetically, I feel that energy coming off people a lot. But this next one is the one I hear the most verbally, and it's I can't. Wow, what an energy that is. I can't. How many times have you heard someone say, I can't do something, but you know of someone else who did do that thing? So they're already facing an uphill battle. I can't do that. I can't go to the gym. I can't become successful. I can't get good grades. I can't. Is always going to block you from attracting what you want in your life. I can't finish this video because there's a helicopter in the sky. Oh no. Oh wait, I can. I can just wait for it to leave. So the obvious change from I can't is I can. Realize that you live in a universe of infinite possibility, which means that really there is nothing that you truly, in true reality, cannot do, for the most part, at least. You know, I'm sure there are many obvious ones you can come up with. However, I would still contest most of them and say that there are certain ways that those things could be done. And so one thing to keep in mind is it does not serve you to come from an I can't mentality, because if you say I can't do something like I can't earn more money and then complain about the lack of money in your life, well then I don't really have much to say to you. And anyone who has good awareness will just look at that and go, well, it's obvious what's going on here. You've closed yourself off to that by saying you can't. You've closed yourself off from the things you want by saying I can't. And most people say I can't in order to save their ego from the humiliation of possibly not getting the thing, which is, in my eyes, ridiculous. You know, basically people want the results before they put in the belief and the work needed for the result. I use this example a lot, but so many people do this with life, the equivalent of what I'm about to go over. And it's they go up, imagine going up to a stove, a wooden stove, and saying to the stove, you know what, if you provide me with fire and warmth, then I will put the logs into you. Then I will provide you with the firewood. No, you need to show up and provide the firewood first. And that is the belief that you can. That is the belief that you can do it. You have to prove to the universe that you are in alignment. You have created the space within you to receive the thing. You have to put the wood in first, then the fire will start. But most people do it the opposite. They basically say, give me proof that you're going to start a fire before I give you anything, before I put any energy into this, before I give you the energy needed, which is the firewood. I need the proof. I need you to show me that you're going to produce fire. Now, we all know if you put the wood in there, it's going to produce fire, but there's so many other things we can relate this to where people go, you know what? I will believe in abundance when you give me abundance. Not before, but when you give me abundance, then I'll believe in it. I will believe in the fact that I can be healthy once you've shown me that I can be healthy, once you've given me some health, then I'll put the effort into it. Can you see how backwards that truly is? But most people are energetically coming from that kind of place. If you got to prove it to me first, then I'll commit. You got to prove to me that the money's coming, then I'll do the thing. They want that safety net. And unfortunately, it's just not how life works. In fact, it's not unfortunate. It's actually a terrible way for life to work. So you need to have the faith that you can. So change any I can't to I can. And once again, like we've been doing in this whole video, in the comments below, think of some of the things you've recently said on the level of I can't and change those to I can and list them down in the comments. All right, guys, so these are the 3 words that really, really a lot of people use that are just preventing the things they want from coming into their life, the things that they truly desire. These thoughts, this energy, and these words are blocking those things. Luckily, I've given you, and not luckily, but there you go, I've given you the opposite of that, the thing that's going to help you. And remember, it's not just about the words, the energy as well. You have to feel it. But if you can alter every time you think one of these words, so I hope, and you turn it into I know. If you think of I can't, and you turn it into I can, and I need into I am. Every time you think of I need, I hope, or I can't, change it to that other one. Interrupt the pattern and change it. And if you can develop this habit, you will find, and I'm not joking, you will find that more things start to come into your life that you want. But you have to keep the faith. Again, you've got to put the wood in the stove before it gives you the fire. You can't expect the fire to start, your life's fire to start with the things, bringing the things that you want before putting that in there, before having the faith. Anyway, guys, make sure you answer all those comments down below. Thank you once again for being here. Subscribe if you haven't already and you're enjoying this, you're liking these videos, and I'll see you in the next video.